What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome back, action figure enthusiasts. It's me, your host, Hebot, and you know how I do. I am an action figure enthusiast and video game aficionado. And today I have a new episode of Toys in My Closet, which we're taking a look at, as you see right here up close in front of you, the aliens from NECA Toys, the Kenner throwback action figure line from the old Kenner toys, and this here is the Space Marine Drake. And as you can see him in his window packaging, just like all the other NECA Alien, keeping in the same tradition with the same style and the same font and aesthetic on the actual packaging. You see here we have him in the window blister, as you can see. With the word aliens, on the top, and the packaging is a little beat up. It was already open. A picture of him with the artwork from the Kenner toy line. It says Space Marine Drake there, and you see real quick in the corner says NECA, and this is in the font of the old Kenner symbol. Choke hazards, obviously not intended for children under 3. It says on the side Dark Horror comic books inside, and on the other side it says the same thing, Dark Horror comics. And then in the back we have actually the cross sale. We have there picture that looks like a cutout of Drake, and it has a little bio of him there and the figure, and then the Alien vs Predator line, which is based off the video game. The aliens there, the predators there, some more of the other predators from Kenner, and some of the aliens from the Kenner line as well, with the Ripley and Vasquez. So cross. And then the bottom, all the social media property of obviously 20th Century Fox, real toys like movie toys related and video game related, and also NECA toys in the back. So we're going to take a closer look at Space Marine Drake, take him out of packaging and see what he has to offer. And like I always told you guys, the cool thing about this guy is that this figure, even though it's based off the old Kenner line, I think it fits really well with the NECA Alien figures that they made from the actual video game Alien vs Predator, and I feel like he'll go well with that faction. And that's where I think I'm going to put him in my collection. So let's take him out of packaging and see what he has to offer. So here we have him out of packaging, and you can see right off the hip, he is a very nice looking figure. Now, the only biggest problem is that his belt harness and his actual body that he has connected here, where the straps and the bullets and all the rocket charges are, it's all connected to it, so you can't really remove it. And because you can't remove it, you have to kind of drag along his weapon. But as you can see, he has really nice face sculpt, with the eyes looking really open, really wide, like he's kind of angry and in shock at the same time. You see his teeth are kind of yellowy, like he chews tobacco or smokes a lot. He has the bumps from the razor bumps on shaving, the 5 o'clock shadow type of deal. The hair looks really nicely sculpted, of course, as we already know, with the nice black wash piece there on the top, which is like a camera, the strap, and then the communicator where he talks to the other Marines. The straps are really nice and green, money green with olive green with washes here and there in black. Here's some of the silver, looks to be rocket launchers, and then the missiles, right here, the bullets rather, and then you have a little chip on that one. His t-shirt is like an olive green. Underneath is a tank top, opened up. And then he has nice airbrushing highlights here on the muscles of his thigh or bicep. On his hands, the veins make it look very more realistic. Belt here, buckle there. There's no detachment of the buckle. And we have here a little pouch for probably like water or something. And in the back as well, you have the little peg there on the side by the shoulder pad to connect the extra piece he comes with. And there's the shoulder pad, looking really nice. And his pants are like a camouflage beige with yellow and browns. As you can see there, really nicely painted. It's got the black gloves on both sides. Right there, really nicely detailed. The camels have dots in them. They have those little beige stripes there, straps. The knee is covered, like, it's the ruffle of the pants, military pants, and the military boots with some lime green and the blacks. Looking really nice. So as far as the way he looks really good. Very military, very alien, very kind of mixture between cartoon, toy, and also video games, because those are all factions where they have characters, in the line or made from. As you can see there. I'm trying to see. So now let's take a look at the accessories that he comes with and that he offers, as a figure. Oh, give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be right back. So, for his accessories, he comes with the tip connector of his rifle automatic gun, which is 2 bayonets that go on the tip, kind of like Gears of War with the chainsaw on the rifle. He brings the connecting piece that attaches the gun harness. Let's see right there. That connects the gun harness to his rest of his body. He brings the traditional rifle, as you see there. That came with all the other ones, like Vasquez and the Predator, the Alien versus and like the Alien versus Predator figure from the Alien versus Predator video game line of figures that NECA also distributed and brought out sometime early last year. So it's a recognizable, iconic gun, especially if you're a big Aliens fan. Vasquez was the first one to wield this with the character that was played by I forgot his name at the time, but at this time, but forgive me, but it's a very iconic machine gun, and it looks awesome, with all the details and stuff on it. I can't really move it a lot because it's attached to him with the string, but as you can see, he has the black. You see it, really nice black wash there, a gunmetal wash, and silver, like little silver with silver on top of it, and gunmetal black, or or black with the silver metal washes on it. Really, really nice piece. So yeah, as far as the accessories for Drake, these are the ones that he brings. And then he also brings this comic book pamphlet, which is basically a nod to the original comics that the Kenner figures came with, back then, versus Sergeant Drake. The story is called The Meltdown. It was by Dark Horse Comics. And it has some nice little classic art style comics back then that didn't have like that real high quality picture drawings. It was more like mediocre, but still classic and very retro style. As you can see there, the artwork is not really spectacular, but for the time it was really nice, and it plays out the story, and that's supposed to be Ripley's character in the comic, to give you guys an idea. And then the back, I think it has some other stuff there. So yeah, it's nice that NECA played this, tremendous nod to the old school Kenner line, and obviously with this figure, Drake, even Drake's artwork is really nice, as you can see. So now let's take a closer look at Drake and his articulation. And here is Drake, and he looks really cool. So now let's take a closer look at his articulation. Now, as you're gonna notice really fast with Drake, with the articulation is, I just realized, I think for some reason mine's look like it has kind of a derpiness to it to the side with the paint app. I'm not sure why, but it's the way it looks like on camera. It doesn't look like that in person too badly, but in camera it looks like that. So that's not cool. But anyway, you're gonna have a lot of hinderness with the articulation, because this strap that's here, like I said, this strap is connected to him, and there's no way to really they should have done it where it had a tip in the corner or the end, where it was a hard tip with a hole where you could just plug it in, so you could pop it in, pop it out, and they didn't do that. So it's really hard to articulate them without having this keep on constantly moving and getting in the way. So first, for the head, he looks down this much, then he looks up about that much, which is not bad. Then he also looks left and right, as you can see. And then as you see here, it's you got the tilt left and right, as you can see. Then in his arms, he doesn't have no bicep cut, but he does have the the ball joint inside the shoulder that goes up only about that much, and it moves in 180 degrees, and there's no there's no butterfly joint or nothing, which is funny because nobody complains about it when it's a NECA toy, but they want to complain about it when it's a McFarlane toy. Same thing with this here. It's a single joint, but it looks like it goes up more than 90 degrees, which is really nice. Then you see here he has his his watch, and then in here I don't remember what kind of hinge he has. You can't really see it, but it just moves a little bit like left and right, and then it goes around in a circle. So the range and movement ability of the wrists is for me. Let me see. I'm gonna try to pop this out. I don't want to break it, but it feels really limited. Okay, this one moves also left and right, and then in a circle. But I think it's just a peg protruding out, and that's it. Another thing I don't like here, though, one thing I don't like rather, is that if you notice on his the way he's sculpted, the bicep is always turned inwards. So it makes it look like he's got the two arms facing forward, like he's walking crunched forward, as opposed to just normal. And because you don't have the bicep swivel, this piece here looks in too much, like his pecs, alright? Or his bicep is pointing the pecs and not just being normal, straight facing us, for example. And then on the bottom here, it has some type of situation with a bell peg that they must have not drilled in all the way, because every single reviewer I've seen review it said the same thing, that they had a gappage, and it's true, it's there, it's a gappage. So you see, in both sides. So basically, that peg allows a swivel, and it also allows for you to bend them forward, and it allows for you to bend them and hyperextend them back this much, as you see there. But he also has that cut right there in the torso, which also moves. It has movement, and you can how you call it, again, it's hard because of this thing here. You can't move it independently, and it does move, but it moves the bottom one at the same time, and you know, it gives you it got movement. It's just hard with this harness piece on, and also with the waist swivel cut being so high up, and that ball peg not being deep enough in, or drilled deep enough in this piece right here. So it looks very, very distorting or distracting, as you can see. It's not even something that you can try to fix to make it look better. It just looks bad. And I think that it was something that just NECA must have overlooked, because they tend to usually not do these type of things with their figures. They usually tend to be really on point with everything they do. And then, you know, here obviously he has the pants, look really nice. He has obviously the ability where you can, as you can see, this is the rubber, and it gets caught there. You gotta fiddle with it so it will go underneath. He has the ability to do what I call the Van Damme split really well, and then the swivel on the ball, very good amount of swivel without the scope breakage, which is what I feel McFarlane should do with his peg design, and just make them smaller so they can swivel better, even though it may not look great in certain angles. And then again, in the knees, we have a single. Once again, barely goes up even all the way. And people never complain about NECA figures. They say they're great, but complain about others. Then in the foot, he has the hinge where it goes forward and backwards a little bit. And then it goes left and right. And I think it has, yeah, some pivot right there. So that's as far as his articulation. So this part here, what I try to do is, if you line it up and put this down, and then put this on the shoulder a certain way, like while you're lighting it up, it'll actually stay there without moving, and it'll fit nice and tight. But you got to snug it more to that direction, and that's how it'll stay, you know, nice and snugged, and you'll be able to leave it on without it moving. You got to kind of move it this way and move it down at the same time right here, and it'll stay on him. You see how it pops out really easy? But if you push it down while you're moving it to the side, it'll stay on him, and it won't look like his, you know, like it'll stay on him nice and neat and snug, and it won't look like it's, you know, actually loose and just dangling. So that's it for his articulation, you know. I think it's pretty well handled and looks good. So let's put on, obviously, the gun that we've been trying to put on. And obviously this is something that is the main reason that we've been having all this controversy. So you put the gun on this side like this, Anastasia, or let me turn it this way. I'll turn it like this, right? And then you would put this hand, you go forward, and then you put this hand, and I think that's the reasoning for the hands to be the way they are. And even though ball pegs look horrible or they don't look too appealing, I think these, any other method has a lot of limitation, and that's why ball pegs, even though they don't look great, they're a better solution, even though people don't like them, because of the fact that you have so much more ability to do so much more with them. So there he is, and he have it with, with the gun on. And the way this works here, for what I've seen, is you got to take this peg here, and you have to clip it on this part right here, inside the gun right here. This part right here, as you can see right there. Got to press it in, and once it's in, it's in and it's secure. Then this is the part that you're saying that is basically let me see something. That is basically I guess you got to turn it around, maybe. Let me see. Let me pop it out. I'll pop it back in this way, so the cable will be underneath. So then I pop it in. Okay. I guess. Nope. That's wrong too. Let's do it sideways. Sideways. Let's do it sideways. 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 There we go. Sideways. So that the wire be underneath. And then what people are doing are just slightly just tearing this off from here, really slightly, because the piece is connected to this piece here. So, and then what you can do is you can pop this off here, and then you take the other piece and harness piece, and you plug it into here, which I don't know. I don't see why not. Just go like this, and this wire you could actually snug it in there because it's got like a little bit of a hole or feet, and then you take this part here, this hole, and you plug it into that hole there, which I would do probably more than likely around the wire. So you can plug it in here, and then once it's plugged in, you gotta plug it in again here. This keeps popping off. I don't know how people made it seem like it was so easy. If it keeps popping off, that's annoying. It really is annoying, huh? There you go. So this is what the end result is supposed to look like. So you go like this. You got the rocking situation. So what I would do is I'll fix this here again, now that it's connected, and this looks like it slid right off. I don't know why, but it did. So you push this down. The fact of the matter is you're not going to be able to take off the gun off him because it's going to create more damage, or you're going to have to do more ripping off of areas that maybe you might not feel comfortable, right, doing. But to like put the last whistle or the last bell, if you will, to the figure, you take the you take the bayonet here, as you see, that has the tip with the two bayonets, which are basically big knives, right, in each end. And I think it goes this way. I may be wrong. I think it goes this way. Is it that way? It might go that way. I don't know. Let's see how it looks the other way. It might go this way. I think either way, you can do it either way. It looks cool either way. And he still stands well. I mean, they got the NECA stands you could always get in packs in Targets, where they sell 10 of them for like $10, $1 a piece. And if you're scared of them falling over, you could always use them because they're affordable, and they're effective, and they're nice because they're clear, and they come in black colors also. So there he is with the weapon on, and how he would look like displayed. Tilt him, give him some attitude. I really am bummed about his eye, but let's see. I mean, I don't know. It happens sometimes, you know. So there he is right there. And I guess this piece here was basically something that NECA probably didn't overseen when they were doing and producing them, and they added an extra piece. Unless it was that intended that it was supposed to have two clips, like the one here, like the one that's over, like the one that's over here, right there, and they wanted, it was supposed to have two of them for each end, and then you were supposed to clip it. Either it was missing a piece, or either they give us an extra piece. I don't know, one or the other. But the point of the matter is that's why that weirdness is there. And you know, thank God that people figured it out and started discovering it, and you know, did what they did. So that's the beauty of having other fellow collectors doing stuff. So shout outs to them. I saw Toy Bro do it first, and then I saw I forgot who else it was. Pixel Dan did it too, but he couldn't figure it out, and I think until somebody told him, that's what it was, and on Twitter, according to what he said. So now let's take a look at Drake with some figures next to him. And here is Drake next to the Diamond Select SpiderMan PS4 Spider-Man outfit, right? Or the way he looks on the PS4 game. And then, you know, the Mattel Legendary Collection Master Chief from, you know, the Legendary line. As you can see, Spider-Man scales with him better because they're in the more in the 7-inch scale between Diamond Select and NECA, and obviously McFarlane. And Mattel stays within the 6-inch range, except with the DC Essentials they don't. So here he is to the Marvel Legends Spy Master and the Diamond Select Deathstroke from the DC Essentials line. As you can see, like I told you prior, that they're also on the 7-inch scale, so they scale better, you know, within the size of each other. Here he is next to the Star Wars Black Series Imperial Probe Droid on the stand, obviously, so he stands in front of him or next to him, quite big. But this gives you an idea how much larger the NECA figures are, because the Probe Droid is supposed to be for the 6-inch line, and you see how the Probe Droid still looks way bigger than he does, even on the stand, as far as width and girth, and even in the height with the stand next to the Drake. And then you have the articulated Icons White Ninja. Beautiful figure. Very good for customs for like a Storm Shadow, but you know, I love those figures. These guys are awesome by, you know, the Voosh. Just to give you guys an idea, but remember, he's a lot smaller in the 6-inch scale, but I also have him kind of squatting in a position, so there you go. And here I have him next to the Marvel Legends brand new version of Crossbone, or newest release. As you know, he is a larger scale Marvel Legends, so that gives you an idea, you know, how big the Drake figure is from NECA. And you see I have him kind of squatting also in a position, or in a pose, and you see that he's still almost as tall as Crossbone, even though I have him like that in that position. So, and you see that I have here also next to him the articulated Icons custom that my daughter did for me. God bless her, shout out to her, for the Strider character from the Strider Capcom video game, which I think came out really nice. You know, if anybody's interested, she does do customs, you know, for commissions, for customs, for things like that with figures. So, you know, you see the difference in size, obviously, but nonetheless, it looks really good next together in your shelf as a toy. Now, for me, this is why I want Drake, because I want him to fit in as a character like one of the soldiers from the Alien vs Predator video game, alongside Aponte, I think it is his name is, that was from the Kenner line. These two here, which is a version of Dutch, and I forgot her name, but they're from the video game. These are also from NECA. But I always seen this Dutch version in the game, since it's really farther in the future in the video game, as maybe possibly the son of Arnold Schwarzenegger's character from the first Predator movie, which his name was Dutch, as Dutch Jr. Even though he has the face and the haircut style like Arnold, I think that's what they were trying to go for, that he was Arnold in the game. But I always looked at him as Arnold's son, because the game takes a lot of years in the future, which I thought was cool, because he has different color hair anyway, even though he still looked like his father in essence, right? Or as far as this, the aesthetics of the character. I think it looks really cool this way. This is the way I like Drake, and this is how I will display him with my Alien vs Predator show. So now I'm going to show him with some aliens and some predators. And here I have him next to the predators from Aliens vs Predator, the video game. As you can see, I think it falls in a nice category, because they have a very similar aesthetic and style, especially with the airbrushing, the outlining of the cell shading look that it's supposed to have. And I think Drake is a nice addition. And this is what he looks like next to some beautiful aliens from Aliens vs Predator, the video game. And as you can see, look how really nice it looks together side by side. I mean, this is really a nice, impressive showcase piece if you have it displayed correctly, in the right amount of space in your home. It looks great. It looks fabulous together. It looks really good. So there's my review of the NECA Toys Kenner Homage Aliens Space Marine Drake action figure in the 7-inch scale, of course. And I think he's a very good figure. I think he's really nice. I don't think that the execution for his whole gimbal with the special machine gun and the bayonet tip and things like that was executed correctly or in the best way possible, because NECA has always seemed to always know what they do and how they execute it with any property they do, especially with aliens. They never really missed a beat. I don't know if maybe the original figure was designed this way. I don't think it was. And they were just trying to make sure that it was 100% accurate to the actual figure, or if it was something that was overlooked, and by the time they realized it, the figure was already in production and they couldn't really change it because it was too late, and it would have cost them too much to just send it back and redo it, because that's completely understandable. It's not cheap to tool new figures and even pieces to create new characters. So either way, I do appreciate it. Just be on the lookout, because some of them might have problems with the eyes being a little derpy looking. I've never really had that issue either with NECA. This is like one of the first times, but maybe this is just my figure and not a run-on problem with the rest of them. But I like it. I'll recommend it, especially if you're an Aliens fan, or if you're a fan of the old school Kenner toys for sure, or even the video game, because he fits in well with the aesthetics. And I think it'll really work. So I think I can recommend it. I recommend him. I think he's worth getting, especially that he's only like $25 anyway. It's not too much, and he's pretty sturdy and comes with what he needs as far as accessories. So there it is, guys. That's my review like I said, let me know what you guys think of it. Was it helpful, insightful? Did you like my approach? Did I help you in any way, shape or form with any doubt, or to clarify certain things that maybe now are clear for you and that maybe influenced you to want to go out and pick them up? Either way, just let me know in the comments below, because I appreciate it, whether it's good or bad. So leave a thumbs up for a like, leave a thumbs down for a dislike. Share the video with someone you think might like the video or might enjoy the content. And as always, if you're new to my channel, listen, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. It means the world to me and I really appreciate it. And I know since you stopped by, if you subscribe, thank you, because without you guys this is not possible. But remember, if you did, I consider you now part of my family. And as always, like I said, if you guys would love to help me out in any way, shape or form when things are a lot better than what we're going through now in these trying times, and you have the means, or you want to do it from just the kindness of your heart, you guys know how. It's all down in the description below. Or if you want to do any donations, just DM me so we can work out some particulars and let me know if there's anything you want to maybe donate for me to review. So guys, there you have it. Have a good one. This has been fun. I really enjoyed this. Go check him out. I got him in my local Target. You should be finding him soon because I seen him again sometime today. And I got this guy about a week ago. So yeah, they're starting to disperse. Good luck finding them. Be careful collecting and be considerate to others, obviously, in these trying times. See you in the next one, guys. Much love. Hebot signing off with a new episode or another episode of Toys in My Closet.